from Out of Conflict, and this is Thursday Drinks. Well, it's not anymore. We're calling it Vox-Feed now.
Yep.
Where we sit around and talk shit about the game that we love, which is 40k. If you're watching it on YouTube, jump over to Stitcher or Spotify or Apple or Google or wherever podcasts are, because you can listen on there. Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How's that week's been?
It's been a good week. I've been trying to get through my Repentia still.
Slowly?
Very slowly. I don't know, it's a labour of love. I'm in no hurry to finish the army, so...
There's a lot of detail on this, sisters, hey?
It's insane amount of detail.
Far out. What about you, man? Good week?
Yeah, we've got the tournament in the weekend, so a bit nervous, but yeah.
Getting ready?
Yeah.
Taking T-Suns?
Oh, yes.
Yes!
Featuring the Sunzinch.
This is the voice of Vinny.
How's it going?
And this is the voice of Alan.
Yellow.
Because we didn't do that. It's been kind of an interesting week with rules and stuff.
Yep, I feel like the internet's been crying one way, then new releases come out, then they suddenly flip and cry the other way.
Yeah, well that's the 40k community, right?
Yeah.
I kind of thought we were done, I was saying this before, but that we were done with like meaningful previews now. Like I thought it was just going to be faction focuses and we were just going to kind of slowly roll out. But these are like some serious fucking rules.
There is. I was listening to Reese, I think he's Frontline Gaming, one of his podcasts, and he's saying there's still one big rule he wants to talk about, but he can't yet because it hasn't been previewed. So we just gotta wait. I think there's still something really big in the wind.
Hey Monty.
Hello.
Sorry, Monty the dog's here too. These are all real big, so I don't know when it's got to be something massive, eh?
Yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to speculate because you could end up speculating on anything.
Yeah. So we've got some new rules, just quickly, because some of these are bigger than others. The Tau can Overwatch again.
Yep, don't need to spend a CP. They do it for free.
It's relax everybody. it's okay. It's kind of what they do.
It's nothing new. We've all dealt with it before. We can deal with it again.
The same tricks are still, work to get around it. But a big one's probably emergency disembarkation.
Yep, a new core strat.
Which is, it's going to make it a lot harder to do the old trap and crack, which is, pretty good.
I think
it's if you get caught, somebody's surrounded you and you've got no option. This is a nice little.
Yeah,
I've always felt this. I hated doing this tactic because in the last game I played, I did it to 2 vehicles.
You didn't.
The only reason is because a lot of people get feel badsies when you do this to them. Yeah, it's just one of those things. For whatever reason, it just sucks that the unit just gets wiped out like that.
Yeah,
never get to see the battle. But now they've put a way around it. So
basically, it's a stratagem where instead of when your Rhino or your Impulsor gets wrecked, instead of jumping out within 3, you can jump out with 6.
Yeah.
Which is, if it's a big old horde, that's probably not going to help you that much. But if it's a little unit, guy with a Thunderhammer or whatever, and you got those 5 guys just wrapping around it or whatever, it could be pretty good. But, so they don't get affected by the destroyed, but on a roll of a 1 or a 2, a dude dies. Yeah. So it's all dangerous terrain.
Yeah, it's worse. It's better than either just not existing anymore.
That's a 1 or a 2, it's pretty...
And then
the alternative is that they're dead.
Yeah, the alternative is that they're dead, so it's not that bad.
But they can't do anything after that as well either, can they?
Yeah, and then they just kind of sit there.
Oh, they can't overwatch or fight or...
No, so they can't intervene or charge.
Yeah.
But for the rest of the turn, that's it. So what does it say? The units cannot declare a charge or perform heroic intervention in the same turn that they disembarked from a destroyed transport.
It's not as bad as I thought.
That's fine.
Yeah.
They'll be good to go next turn.
Yeah.
And it's 1 CP.
Because this is assuming the fight phase is already over. So... Yeah. So there's nothing else that can happen to them, really.
Yeah, it'd be pretty... I guess you can block out a Rhino in the shooting phase, but...
You can.
You'd be hitting yourself as much as anything else, I guess.
Yeah. I've never
done it.
I think this just... it reinforces my idea that they're going in a vehicle-heavy meta, where they want you to bring these transports and these sort of things because they wanted to make sure it's a safer way of you to use them now.
Yeah. And people want to play with big toys, right? Diffie.
Oh, Diffie's so good. Oh, I can't wait.
We also know the games are going to be shorter because they're forcing them to be shorter.
Yeah.
So 5 turns. I mean, that's kind of what they always were anyway, right?
I've lost so many games on turn 5, but won it on turn 7.
Really?
So,
I don't think I've ever been, at least in a competitive kind of setting, I've gone to turn 6.
I've had games where I know if I got one more turn, I win. If we stay on turn 5, I lose. And I don't know,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, I'm not upset in other ways. Some armies favor the late game more than other armies.
Death Guard,
Yeah.
love being at turn 5.
Yeah, because they're slow to get across the board.
Yeah,
Once
and they're all still there.
Yeah. But I mean, it's fine, because you know it's going to be 5 turns, so there's no if, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
And it's easier for tournament organizers because they don't have to, like, oh, wait, what turn are you on? Turn 5, but is it going to go to turn 6? Is it going to go to turn 7?
And the game's smaller and killier. Well, it seems like it's getting killier.
Mm-hmm.
The board's shorter, so I think I think turn 5 might just feel like turn 6.
Yeah, probably.
It might just be a more exciting game, you know? Like, everything has to happen early. You can't just hold on and go get stuck in. Could be good.
I think. Well, it's more pressure, eh?
Yeah.
They seem to just be putting like more and more pressure points into the game, which I think is good. More exciting.
You're just going to get stuck in there. I think that's what the game is now. You're just
Yeah.
going to be fighting it out from the start to the end.
They gave us some clarification on how like performing actions works,
Yeah.
which is I think what we all kind of assumed it was going to be.
Yeah, it's nothing surprising there.
Yeah. But they also gave us a thing where aircraft, they just clarified the rules for aircraft engagement range,
Again, nothing surprising.
so they can like fly away if something's within an inch of them.
Yeah, but that's important because of something that's coming up later.
Mm. And they also gave us some rules for dense cover, or at least a tag for some terrain, which would be dense cover, which I think Monty's eating his food and making lots of noise. Which is kind of, I think this is really interesting. So, dense cover, if the terrain is at least 3 inches high, blah blah blah, drawing a line. These, like, the way they are writing these is insane. They're like...
Do you reckon they've hired a legal team?
I think they've just brought the legal team over for a little bit, yeah.
I think they have, but they still have some loopholes every now and then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust their legal team all that much.
Basically what it amounts to is if you're shooting at a unit or... if you're shooting at a unit that is in this dense cover tagged terrain, or they're behind this dense cover tagged terrain, they have a -1 to hit.
Yep, which is cool. But I mean, neg ones don't stack anymore, so it could be redundant depending on what you're shooting at.
Yeah.
But as I said, that's not the majority of the armies out there.
I just think it's interesting that you're firing like across something that you're not, and you're interacting with it, even though it's not actually, you know. And also, if you're the unit in the forest or whatever, you can shoot out without the -1. They did clarify that.
I don't think that it's too abstract. I mean, if people played some of these other games, and I think also older editions, they had more abstract rules for terrain. So it's just bringing that back.
Yeah. How long have you been around for?
Since 7th. Yeah, sort of.
Early 7th.
I came in with chaos and I just got reamed for like a year and a half of just losing every game.
That was 7. If you didn't pick a winner at the start, that was it.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, you playing chaos? Oh, enjoy the loss."
Should I just chalk up the win now?
Has it changed much since then?
Oh, I've started to get my own back, so it's good to see.
It's pretty good.
The gods can be finicky.
Yeah. I think dense cover's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's fun little... Again, like, it's going to be one piece of terrain on the board, right? So
Well, we don't know.
maybe 2.
Depends on what board you're playing on.
Yeah,
I mean, they
so.
got suggestions for what boards are meant to look like,
But
but
they're just suggestions, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the big one.
Oh, yes.
Well, I think it's the big one.
It's big for some people. It's
I'm
bigger
very
for
happy.
others.
I'm so happy.
I think I'm pretty good. I played Marines anyway. So fly is no longer fly, pretty much.
Nope, no longer fall back and shoot for free.
Yeah. So you can still move over stuff, we're assuming.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't just... Your little Eldar tanks.
No, yes.
Ellen.
All my Eldar tanks, Eldar bikes, pretty much half the Eldar range. Would just be, oh, you tagged me? Well, ain't no sweat.
Yeah. And Tau.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people this is going to affect in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Even your Hellgate. Because he's aircraft. He's not aircraft, is he?
Yeah, he's not aircraft.
Yeah.
He's just,
true.
Yeah.
True.
Little hell team.
But you know who just recently benefited from the rule is now losing it? It's the new Marine power tanks.
Sure.
They
All the
just got
impulses.
them. Just got that rule. All shiny and new. Can fall back and shoot, but now it's gone.
So all you Mechanicum guys, you can feel better about your little hover boats now.
Yeah.
Because they're the same as everyone else.
Exactly. Except they can't move over things.
Yeah, except they can't move over things. I mean, I feel really bad for Tau, like Riptides. I mean, I don't feel that bad.
Because they got the Overwatch back.
Yeah, but I mean...
Giveth and taketh away.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, some units having a special rule where they can fall back and shoot. Like, I can imagine battle suits being like, this is your new jump, shoot, jump.
Well, that would be a cool new sept or something like that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know actually if they have a strategy for fall back and shoot. I never played as Tau.
I don't think they've ever needed it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like Eldar have one for fall back and shoot and charge.
Most codexes do.
Most codexes do. I don't know if all codexes do it because I don't want to make a blanket statement like that. But I mean, it affects some armies worse than others, like the Tau, the Eldar, the
Ultramarines are
Harlequins.
feeling pretty happy about themselves.
Yeah, some people got it good. The new AdMech with
Especially if there's a Neg 1 cap on modifiers.
Yep, doesn't
Fall
matter.
back and shoot all day, they don't care.
Yeah.
We'll shoot that flyer after falling.
Yeah. It's pretty. It's pretty interesting.
It's going to change things up.
It's going to have a big deal.
Because before it's like, I didn't have to worry about screening out for my Eldar vehicles because they could just fall back and shoot. That was never a concern. If the thing that was going to tag them couldn't damage them, I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I would just charge into things for the fun of it because it was
throwing
worse.
your wave serpents into units so that they don't
But
get to shoot you.
I probably still will do that because vehicles and monsters can still shoot in combat now. So
Yeah, that's true. And they got a lot of deck.
yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting new world. And we've got morale. There is a morale phase that has like a point for existing, maybe.
Does it? I don't know. I still wonder if it's made like leadership modifiers, negative leadership modifiers, just even less important, less effective.
Because, I mean, you don't even need to lose a unit for it, do you? So you can take a morale test, and if people have got negative modifiers, you could still fail that.
You only take the test if you've lost a model.
We should probably talk about what the rule is. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll talk about the rule first.
So basically the morale test is the same as it's always been. You roll a d6 plus the number of models destroyed this turn. And a 1 is a pass, and if you go over the leadership, this is the only change, the first change. If you go over the leadership, one model flees and the other models have to take combat attrition tests.
Yeah.
So basically you roll a d6 for each boy/lady in the unit, and for each time, basically they make dangerous terrain. Well, the old dangerous, I keep bringing that up. You roll a 1 for each of them, and you roll a dice for each person left in the unit, and if you roll a 1 for that person, it dies.
Yeah.
They die, he dies, she dies,
It runs
dies.
away.
And yeah, if the unit's below half strength, you -1 to that test. So that is a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that part is a real big deal.
Yeah. Because you won't be losing lots of models often, so it's not all or nothing thing like 8th edition was, where I know I could stop shooting at a unit because I knew they were going to run away, and it wasn't worth the 2 CPU for my opponent to save them.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's like, no, because, there isn't a guarantee that they're all going to run away. Now it's, a 15% chance. 15% of them are going to run away.
It's a lot of dice to roll.
It is.
This is why they got rid of Overwatch.
This is why I got Overwatch.
The time somewhere.
To put the time here. The thing is, it's going to hurt like elite models and armies and units a lot worse than it's going to hurt like cheap chaff.
Yeah, your guardsmen are going to be okay with it, eh? They're going to be stoked, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lose all but 3 guys, or even 2 guys. One guy's going to run away, but the other guy's probably going to hang around.
Yeah.
You know who's going to love this? Sisters.
Why?
Because Miracle Dice, when you got a 1, it's just going to auto pass that morale.
Yeah.
Regardless of how many others.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So that one that you would never use anywhere else.
Yeah, I just always use a morale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I can imagine there being new rules for people who are particularly scary, where instead of being like, hey, -1 to your leadership, hey, +1 to your roll.
Run away thing. But the Psychic Waning was meant to be with 9th edition in mind. Like the Jackals, the new Tempestist. Oh, good thing I don't have a mic on me.
You're just getting assaulted by dog licks right now. Why don't you settle down? Come on, buddy.
The Jackals, where every model killed counts as 2 for morale.
Same thing with butcher cannons and stuff like that. You know.
I mean, it's not going to cause whole armies to run away anymore.
But it might add 2 to the casualty roll. You know, like rather than the morale, maybe they'll go into the casualty. So rather than on a 1 they flee, maybe it's a 3. You know.
Could be. That could be interesting
That
modifiers.
could be very. Yeah, I just like that. There's more kind of. They've given themselves a lot more room to like play with stuff. And play with new rules, which is cool. Reserves. So we all know, we should know that you can spend a CP to put it. You can spend some CP to put something into Deep Strike, and now we know. Monty, settle down, little one. Come here, bud. Come here. Now we know what the cost is going to be, and it's fucking by power level.
Again, why?
What do you... Stop doing it!
It's not cool.
It's so stink.
It will never be cool. Stop trying to make it cool.
How is a Devastator squad equipped only with bolters the same power level as one that's equipped entirely with las cannons?
It's not. It's not. That's the problem.
Mental.
That's always been the problem with power level. It's never works out because there's a lot of armies that want to run units at under strength. Well, by under strength I mean they're not as optimum war gear because it's not what you expect to bring. It's like a sister's battle squad. Is it assuming you're bringing all the cherubs, all the relics, and all the heavy weapons in the squad, or is it you're just bringing some basic bolter bitches with stone bolters and that's it? But the thing is, they're still the same power level.
And it's still going to be the same amount of CP to put them in reserves?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what any of my units' power level are.
No.
I have no clue. Not a single clue. Basically, so this is the cost. So if it's 1 to 9 power level, you're 1 CP. 10 to 19, you're 2. 20 to 29, you're 3, etc., etc., etc. So very, 10 power level, basically, you go up a CP to bring them in.
It gets quite expensive, doesn't it? Pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's probably not so bad.
But the thing is, I don't quite understand the power levels all that much.
So now I can keep Magnus alive turn 1. Yes!
Yeah.
But how much is that
true.
going to
Magnus
cost me?
and Mortarion? Or Mortarion already could do.
Isn't these 16 power level?
No, they couldn't do
That's
2 CP.
It's not too bad. Or was it 24? I can't
Pay 2
remember.
CP to Deep Strike Magnus?
I don't.
Yeah?
I
Well,
don't.
I mean, it's either that or...
I don't know how many CP it actually is.
And it's also not Deep Strike. So there's some caveats around this. Turn 1, nothing's coming in. Unless it's a drop pod.
Don't know.
Because we know they have special rules. Do we still have to pay a CP to put a drop pod in reserve?
No,
surely not.
No, because it has its own.
You think so, right?
They specifically say that if you have your own Deep Strike rules, it's not counted into it.
Yay. Turn 2, you can set up within 6 inches of any battlefield edge unless it's the enemy's one, and unless you're going into their deployment zone.
Yeah.
So not 9 inches away from their deployment zone, you can be right on the edge of it.
But just not into it.
Not in it. Which is, there could be some play. But again, it's so easy to screen outflanking.
It is. And if you know your board edge is off limits anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends what the unit you're going to do. Like, if you want to get stuck into combat, then yeah, sure, this is not probably going to be the way. But if you have a shooting unit that's quite frail, it's got a decent range, like obliterators maybe,
But Blitz can Deep Strike anyway, can't they?
Oh, yeah, but... maybe I want to spice things up.
Spend some CPs, man. You got them now.
Diesel Blitz got their Fitbits and when I'm walking.
They're trying to do the steps. Round 3, it's the same, but you're basically you can be within your enemy's deployment zone.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I mean, if you can wait. That's spicy.
That's
65% of the game over though now. If we're doing 2 turn 12.
Oh, jeepers, yeah.
But the thing is,
It's late game.
I still Deep Strike turn 3. It's a tactic that's used, and a lot of armies do use this because you're not really expecting those units to destroy something. It's more like turn grabbing objectives and tying something up.
Well, that's the thing, because if you can deep strike anything, And like, again, like, so you can bring them in basically right up until the end of the game.
Yeah.
So they don't die if you don't bring them in by turn 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
That was never a rule, was it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
By the end of turn 3, if you did not bring your reserves in, they died.
But you can totally imagine just being like, hey, I'm going to put this little 5-man tactical squad.
Yeah.
I'm going to get 3 of those. I'm going to drop them all in reserve. And then turn 5, boom, 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 boom.
Walk in from the edge, you know.
No, because after turn 3, they deep strike.
What?
No, they don't. I read that wrong. I read that wrong.
Yeah.
No. So, no, they can't be set up within 9 inches of enemy models.
Yeah. So it's still got the same caveats as it
where I
does
got
before.
confused.
But, I mean, it's got a lot of play. Being able to...
Fountain of knowledge over here.
Being able to come in on the enemy's board edge is quite a big deal.
I can imagine. I mean, turn 4 or 5 maybe, but I don't know.
Depends.
Because it's one infiltrator squad sitting towards the back of the board, and that's it. That whole area is just blocked out.
Yeah.
And your boys are just sitting in the sky waiting to come.
My old Chaos Havocs were quite like that, the old chain cannons. You know, just waiting until the perfect moment to come in and just...
Clear.
Because if they lose a single model, then you lose like a decent chunk of...
It's like, yeah, full 10%.
You can't take a blade of
15%.
wounds. Yeah, they just... So this could see some play. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some movement around this day.
I mean...
You do count as moving though.
Yeah, they ignore that. So
Because they have it. Yeah, they could. Yeah. So you're devastators.
Yeah.
And again, they're infantry now, so they can't move and shoot heavy weapons.
it's just minus one.
Sisters heavy squads would like this as well because they could walk in from the table edge, 24-inch melters, make that 36-inch red strat.
Oh, speaking of 24-inch meld, no, we'll get to that. Yeah, but just power level, man. Just quit it, you guys. I mean, yeah, I think it's good for like if you're playing. Well, I don't even think it's good if you're playing casual. Actually, you should just use points.
Yeah.
Because you'll just end up with a really unbalanced game, and that's no fun.
Yeah, you're just holding everyone back.
Yeah, but I mean, especially like when you start bringing power level into rules that are going to be used across like both kind of ways of playing.
Yeah. They could just change it to, I don't know. Instead of power levels, they should just have like this is match play points and this is casual points. Where the casual points is just instead of power levels, they just give a blanket number for points for those.
Yeah, like why can't they have a points range? Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be easier.
And also, like, I'm wondering about this. Some characters, yeah, we kind of touched on this anyway, but some characters, like, what's the power level of like your basic captain?
I wouldn't
like
weigh
8?
any of the current power levels up because they haven't changed since the beginning.
True.
I think I can't remember, but somebody said like Tau battle suits would cost like 5 CP to bring in because their power levels still like insanely high.
Yeah.
But everybody's gonna get adjusted for the new edition anyways. They said they would adjust the power levels. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, points and everything, right?
yeah.
We also have new coherency rules.
This one's a biggie.
Which is, if we thought the other two were a biggie, this is even more of a biggie.
If you thought the other two were going to slow the game down, hold your horses.
Yeah, the brick. So basically, you have to be within 2 inches of 2 boys.
Each
boy.
There's 2 levels of coherency here. There's for ones when you're a unit from 1 to 5 and one when you're 6 and above.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's true. I just don't want to read out this whole thing because it's going to take 45 minutes.
Basically, if you're from 1 to 5, the coherency is the same as it was before. 2 inches away from each buddy.
Yeah.
With 5 inches vertical, so that's the difference.
Which is 1 level, so you can't be split across
2 levels.
2 levels now.
Yeah.
Because it used to be 6, so you could be like boom, boom.
Exactly. It was insane how
But you're
far
all
away you could be.
Yeah.
But now, if you're from 6 units and above, each model needs to be within 2 inches of another model, or 5 inches vertically.
Which is the end of, well, not the end of conga lines,
Just a lot more difficult.
but they're going to be a lot more dense.
It's more like a railroad now.
Yeah.
But we can't talk about this in a vacuum because we need to talk about coherency check because
So this is what makes it horrific, right? So within 2 inches horizontally and 5 inches vertically, enemy models must be enemy models. Each model must be in coherency with each other model. While the unit 6+ models, blah 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 blah. We've already done this. Now I'm lost.
At the end of the morale phase,
I'm sorry.
you have to check your unit's coherency.
Yeah.
And any model that's not in coherency, you have to just remove until the unit is back in coherency.
So you don't roll a dice for them. You don't make a check.
No,
They just go.
they just disappear.
So if you don't line your boys up in the first place and
Yeah.
you lose a couple, your whole squad could just fall to pieces.
If you put a conga line like you did traditionally, and you lose one at the end, so you got to keep removing models until you're down to 5.
So when does it say you do the unit coherency check? Because
End of the morale phase.
So the morale phase, which
Or
is
in
after the shooting phase,
End
right?
of the beginning of morale. I can't remember, but it doesn't. The coherency check doesn't count towards your morale check.
You don't have to take a morale check for it at least.
After they slaughtered.
after losing like
It's such a big deal.
This one's gonna be a lot of fuel bad Zeus, I think.
Yeah. It's
It hasn't like killed conga lines, but it's made conga lines a lot more difficult.
a lot more difficult. But it's also made screening a lot more difficult,
It has.
which is going to be really important when we're talking about a smaller table.
You can bunch if you bunch your models like base to base. You can still conga line that way, but it's a very dense.
You'd be better to just do a zigzag at that
yeah,
point.
you'll be
Yeah.
seeing triangles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there was a dog bone formation that I've seen where you have 2 at the end, a line, and 2 at the end, because that meets all the credentials until one is killed, and then boom, 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 boom.
And then your whole squad, and yeah, all the but they have to call three models from that unit, and the whole thing falls apart.
One death.
You just won.
One death jester.
Just yeah, one death jester.
Yeah, but we talked about that. Death Jesters, because if they kill a model, if a model flees from morale, then they get to pick which one.
Which one runs?
Yeah.
Which is
Could be devastating.
it could be a big dick, a kill you in it easy. It's gonna make Wrap and Trap more difficult.
Yeah, I was practicing at home, just saying like how, because sisters only come in the biggest squad is size 10, I think. I think battle sisters might be able to get bigger than that, but no one ever runs them bigger than that. I couldn't quite get them all the way around a rhino and still be in formation.
Yeah. I mean, you could risk it if you really wanted to kill. Well, no, because you can't even kill the unit that's inside.
No, because
So yeah, what's the point?
emergency disembark and I just lose Repentia until
Your whole squad just falls. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I mean, I do run 20-man blobs of rubric, so this is kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
We used to just tag.
Well, I think it's in a way it's kind of a shame because I do miss that feel like I will miss that whole thing of like lines of guardsmen just like ranking up.
But see that was
'Cause it
different.
just-
That
it
was
looks
cool.
real good.
But that looked cool. But then this asinine snake maneuver where there's like 5 tendrils
Your Necron squads are rolling. Yeah, I've done that.
coming up to one character to
Yeah, I'm sorry,
benefit from
guys. It's my fault. I
We've
did this.
all done
I
it.
did this to you.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to create quite a bit of argument though, especially with like, I intended this unit to be within coherency. Well, of course you did, but you didn't do it, did you?
Exactly.
Can you just say that I intended this and I intended this and then it's all fine?
No.
Because this is so specific.
And when you play on some terrain, like homemade terrain and stuff,
Oh,
when
no.
things are just like wobbly and falling all over the
Those
place.
craters where you can't even like place your model properly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if one falls, slips down, it's like, it's not coherency. You gotta take him off. Like, no, I put him there.
Yeah. And just general bumping stuff and people
Yeah.
like measuring exactly 2 inches and then someone else coming over and measuring it and just hit.
Yeah.
Oh, just be
If it's
calm,
close
guys.
enough, come on, guys.
Just
Really
be
go.
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't really know if reanimation is going to work in the same way as it did before, but this is kind of interesting because if you can't place them in coherency, you can't bring back your boys.
No. There's other things. What was it? It's again leaning more towards MSU units.
Yeah.
Cause
Same as morale.
Same with morale. It's just a lot easier to deal with if it's smaller. And ironically, you can screen more with more MSU units.
Yeah, two 5-man squads are going to take up more area than one 10-man squad.
Exactly. But when you're a Space Marine, it depends on how you're screening, what you're screening against.
Yeah.
You got your 10-inch, the 12-inch deny, deep strike, and all that sort of stuff. But
I guess the counter to that is detachments. You know, you're paying for detachments, so if you're filling up slots.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
You're paying
Lose
CP
balance.
for all these boys. There's a lot of moving parts, eh?
there's.
There's a lot going
But I
on.
kind of like that because you got to make a decision early on. Do I want the benefits of these smaller units, but I'm gonna have to pay more in detachments, or do I just need more bodies on the field?
Yeah. I see a bit frustrated because I think for some of 8th, 40k was almost like more of like a checklist game. Like you almost had to kind of just like, am I doing this thing when I need to? Am I doing this thing when I need to? Whereas this seems a lot more like, yeah, you have to make like really important decisions like all the time, and they're going to affect everything like across the board.
Exactly. I mean, before when removing casualties was just a willy-nilly decision, you just removed the cheapest things and left it up to the...
Left the melter boy back. But if you leave that melter on the edge or in the middle, you got to make a real decision.
But now you got to really think about deploying and how you're moving your units, because you got to keep all your important stuff.
Some people.
The beginning of the game is going to take like an hour and a half before you even roll a dice down.
So at least the actual game will be shorter. So you're always going to keep
5 turns.
So you're always going to keep the core of your important units like together, and then the cheap flak off to the edge.
Yeah.
Is that a toy?
Monty really wants to play right now. He hasn't had. It's been raining all day, and he hasn't had a walk, so it's a little bit crazy. And then we got some detachments as well, and I think this is gonna. Well, I don't think the old Castellan wasn't really as much of a problem these days anyway. But if he was, this would have solved it.
Yes.
So basically, the first one is a super heavy detachment, which is really, really good if you're just playing knights, like pure knights. It's really great for you. But if you're a guard with a knight, or even if you're a mechanicum with a knight, it's going to hurt a little bit.
I think it hurts more for guard that want to bring their Bane Blades, because their Bane Blades were always cheap, super heavy.
So basically, your super heavy detachment costs 3 CP if you're not bringing any big boys,
Titanic.
which is everything.
So if you bring
if you're just bringing armigers
and Helverins,
then it's 3 CP.
Magnus, Morty, and the third primate that's definitely going to come out soon. Angron.
Yeah. Oh my god, Angron's so bad. Or Putaravo, he'd be cool too. So basically, if you want to bring knights, you're going to be paying 6 CP.
Yeah.
Which is half your CP.
Yeah. Have they actually shown...
It's a lot.
Have they shown the core one, the battalion, and the brigade?
Yeah. So
they've actually shown...
I don't think they've shown brigade.
They showed what the cost was. Yeah, not a brigade, but the battalion, yeah.
Have they actually shown the force org on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was hoping they would put like a super heavy
one
into it.
Well, Supreme Command is you've got 1 super heavy.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's true.
But you're still paying the same amount. You're still paying 3 CP for it.
Well,
it's 3 CP instead of 6 CP.
Supreme Command.
Oh, if you include one, no.
Because 3 HQs and one super heavy can go into a Supreme Command.
Oh yes, that's right.
So I wonder what the cost of that will be.
That's how you got Gilliman, right?
I think it's gonna be 3 CP because I have a feeling.
Because it does everything's kind of.
I think Vanguard and all
it's not a 1 CP
all these
one,
things
so
are
it's
gonna
probably
be
a 3 CP.
Yeah, they're gonna all be 3 CP.
But as usual, if you're pure knights and your warlord is a knight, you get them all for free.
Refunded.
That's good.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool.
Pure knightless. Okay.
And you're gonna have no board control, but
your loyal 30,
the board's smaller, so you can get everywhere.
Your loyal 32 is gonna cost you 5 CP instead of giving you 5.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I kind of liked the fluff of like. I mean, I know it was real dirty when you had like the guard and the castellan, but like visually, I think it kind of worked.
It did look cool. Like one big knight with a whole pile of little boys digging trenches.
Well, it's kind of great.
I always thought the idea of a knight going unsupported was stupid.
Yeah.
I think the knight should have had included in their codex like a planetary defense.
PDF, like a little, or like some little like
mechanic group. This is the these are the guys. This is the ground support crew. But they're not going to leave their knight buddy going in alone. They're going to pick up a rifle when they put down their wrench. And
I guess the thing is, knights move pretty quick and cover a lot of ground. So I mean,
yeah.
And
then they don't take any penalties for shooting anymore. So well, they never did really, but and the border's smaller. Yeah. I mean, you could always I was gonna say you could give someone a warlord trait, but he doesn't become your warlord for them.
No, he has to
a warlord trait, so
has
still
to actually be a warlord.
So knights have like a lot of command points now.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Auxiliary heavy detachment is also 3 CP.
Oh,
so that's the one knight.
Yeah, for just the one. So you either want to take 1 or 3, but never 2.
2 is a waste of time.
2 is a complete waste of time.
Oh, true. Yeah, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
I was like, why not?
Okay. It's I kind of have mixed feelings about this one. I don't know.
I don't know. It kind of makes like super heavies not a thing. I feel there's got to be some bigger benefit coming for super heavies that we
I
haven't
feel
been
like
told
that's
about.
probably good for game balance, though.
Yeah.
Because when you have like one army that is entirely just big vehicles,
Yeah.
it kind of fucks up the balance of most things, right?
Yeah, well, that's when I went to tournaments. I always made sure I could kill a Titan in a turn. Titanic.
Titan, that's a hell of an army, dude. That's a good list.
It was there was old school Yunari. It was fun, but you know, like you had to be able to kill a knight a turn if that was the old game plan.
Yeah, a Castellan.
Yeah.
Well, not a Castellan, but a knight turn, yeah.
Something with toughness 8 and 3 up and vulnerable. And
Yeah.
I tell you now, my list cannot kill a knight in a turn.
I'm just stoked that you can play pure knights and have 12 CP. I mean, I'm not going to play that, but for people who do.
Yeah, I mean,
Because they're used to like, what, 3? 5 CP for a whole 2,000 point game?
I think it was 5. Yeah.
This is huge. This is 12 CP.
So you start with three for Battleforge, and then I think it's 6 if you have 3 Titanic.
So it wasn't 9?
So it was 9 command points.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So then
not
they
too bad.
spend...
Yeah, and then you have 12.
And then they refund one each turn, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
It's
got
great.
so you get 5 more on top of that.
It's great. Yeah, that's a good point. We know the game's the 5 turns long, so you can have 5 CP.
So you'll have 17 CP throughout the whole game.
It's pretty good. And then the patrol detachment, which you're going to see the hell of a lot of.
Yeah.
Every
it's,
Chaos Army.
It's very
it's
versatile.
like everybody. It's so good.
Because it doesn't matter, because you're still getting 12 CP out
Yeah.
of it.
So basically, for 2 CP, you take 1 to 2 HQs, 1 to 3 troops, and then up to 2 elites, up to 2 fast attack, up to 2 heavy support, and up to 2 flyers. It's 2 CP. It's great.
Yeah.
It's everything you want.
It is everything you want.
Instead of bringing a battalion and then like maybe a vanguard or a outrider.
Yeah, Outrider.
You can just bring 2 of these
Exactly.
and bring everything that you need.
Yeah, well, I mean, the troop tax before, because you wanted to build the detachment so you get the command points, but now you don't need any of that, so...
No.
Cultists, bye!
I mean, this would be great for elite armies like Grey Knights, because my Grey Knights, I don't actually have much in the way of troops.
You don't really need them.
Now I don't need them. I can just put 1 Terminator squad or 1 strike squad, which I do have, and the rest can be paladins and whatever I want. It'll fit. Everything will fit into there.
This is pretty great.
And custodes as well.
Custodes are going to be stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I'll still bring a battalion.
I think so too for my other armies, but
yeah, it's just wonderfully flexible, eh? And with the points going the way that we think they're going to go, bringing 3 of the thing probably isn't going to happen. It's probably going to be 2 now.
really, yeah.
Everything.
Oh, just because of how expensive points-wise everything's going to be.
True.
I think rather than bringing 3 units of Black Knights or whatever, you're probably only going to bring 2 now. So it's kind of perfect.
It depends. I mean, you can always skew your list to a direction if you want,
Well, that's true.
but we'll see. We'll just have to see.
We also have... Yeah, we were doing okay. Some new rules for new models.
Mm-hmm.
Starting off with your favourite new lady.
Yes, Imperial Stern.
So she's 115 points.
150 points at power level 6, which we have to care about now.
I hate that they're making us know what
So-
it's so annoying.
It's 115 points for both of them. They always have to come as a pair. You
Yeah.
can't take one without the other.
What's the canoness who's real good at chopping stuff up? How many points is she?
Oh, bare bones. 45, 49 points, I think.
Oh, they are cheap, eh?
Yeah, but I mean, she needs to take a relic to make and a warlord trait. So you're potentially spending 2 extra CP on top to make her that good. So what is the CP worth to you? That's how many.
Yeah.
But is Stern as good as Smash Cannon's Nest in close combat? Probably not. But
Let's see. So should we talk about what she has? What
yes,
she does?
what she does, yeah.
You're making a face.
I've got nightmares already, eh? I only have chaos, and this is just...
If you see me, you will see her. I'm just
So she moves 7. She moves 7.
Yeah, what?
She hits on 2s and 3s. 3's for shooting, 2 for hitting.
Yep.
She's strength 4.
Yep.
She's toughness 4. She's a sister who's like
She's jacked.
she's
6
jacked
wounds.
up. She has 6 wounds.
Yeah.
Like,
She
First
has
Lord doesn't have that.
she has 4 attacks.
Well, she has despair of all her dead battle sisters in her right now.
Yeah.
She's powered up.
And she has a 3-up save. And she has a freaking murder sword, which is quite good.
It is a good sword. The sword has no inherent abilities, but besides just being good.
Well, I think it's in that perfect bracket of Strength 5, right?
Yeah.
Which is perfect. -3, which is pretty damn good. And then 2 damage. So it's just going to be cutting Marines down like nothing.
I feel like 2 damage is the standard. If you're not 2 damage, you're
Dude, like
like
my rubrics just had quaking in their boots
Yeah.
because multi-damage just...
Yeah, that's scary for them, huh?
because suddenly they don't get the
all of a
plus
sudden
one
you're not
save.
2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up.
D6 mortal wounds and take...
Yeah.
She's pretty good. So she has a 4++, so a 4+ invuln. She has a -1 to hit.
Yeah. What?
Is that in combat or just shooting?
Just neg 1 to hit.
She's durable. She has a 5. If she's with the boy, which she always is,
Yeah.
she also has a 5+ feel no pain.
Yep.
And he has a 4-up invuln as well.
He has a 4-up involved. He's got no armor because he's a Harlequin. He's got dual blades. So he comes with 4 attacks. If he uses the dual blades, I can't remember exactly what they're called. He gets 2 attacks for each attack, so up to 8 attacks. But he's also, but they're only going to.
And he has fight first.
Yes, and he has fight first. But the dual blades, that number of attacks, he's only strength 3. The blades don't give him any extra strength. So it's they only 1 damage. I can't remember what the AP is.
3 or 4, I think, from memory.
It's not 4. Definitely not 4.
I think it's 1, AP1.
Is it
AP1,
one?
It's
yeah.
just-
It's just for killing chaff. But he is also equipped with Harlequin's Quiz. So that's +1 strength, -1 AP, D3 damage. So he has the potential to also hurt.
But he doesn't get double attacks with that.
He doesn't get double attacks with that. And to be
Still
honest, it's still good. It still gives him a lot of versatility.
115 for both.
115 for both.
It's good, right?
They
I don't include that.
they are considered HQ, but they don't take up HQ slots. They
can deep strike?
They can deep strike, and when you set them up, you don't need to set them up together. They can set them up on the opposite side of the boards. If you want.
Really? I missed that.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I don't know if there's a
Does he have to be a certain distance for her to get all her
yeah.
feel no pains and
Needs to
stuff?
be within 3, I think.
Yeah. So you'd never.
I
mean,
would
if
say-
you really, if it's the end of the game, if it's turn 5 and you want to get those objectives.
Exactly.
Scare into range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not her biggest thing. Her biggest thing is she's got a special smite.
She shoots a smite, so she does it in the shooting phase.
She does it in the shooting phase. It's a 5+ for D3 or a 9+ for D6 damage
On 2d6.
on 2D6.
The
And
average of which is 7, so.
yeah, and if you are smiting against, not smiting because it's not a psychic power, the Inquisition have checked.
If you shoot smiting,
Against chaos, you add 2 to the results. I think it is.
So 7 becomes a D6.
so 7 becomes a 9.
Against chaos,
Which is a d6 mortal wounds.
18-inch closest target. I mean, she would just, and you can't deny it.
No.
It can't be denied.
Can't be denied.
Oh, good job, Thousand Suns.
We like her.
But she can go to any Imperium army. But because her data sheet was leaked today, and I know she has a sister.
This is a real leak or a leak?
This is a real leak.
Okay.
Apparently it's a real leak. Somebody took photos of the prior book, just specifically her page and the Necron character.
Zeus, who's next year.
She has the Sisters of Battle keyword. That means that she can use certain strats.
So she won't get because she's Imperium wide. She won't get like Order of the Martyred Rose or whatever.
No,
it is.
she won't have any ordered locked strats,
But she
can use.
is tagged as a battle sister.
So
Yeah.
she can technically, if she's in the Sisters army, use Sisters strats. So she could advance in charge now. You could use miracle dice. You can't use miracle dice on her, but she can. You can spend miracle dice to improve her saves and things. I think there's one which I don't know if it's order locked. You might be able to bring her back alive if she's killed.
You're kidding.
I think that's Martyred Rose. I think.
Until it gets FAQ, because you can't. No, it's not Mario Rose. It's just a general strat. You can't use on named characters, and it specifically lists the named characters, but it doesn't list her name. I'm pretty sure that
okay.
will be FAQ later. But the biggest one is the advance in charge, and to improve her saving rolls if you need to.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
It's ooh, I'm
Yay
excited.
or nay?
I pre-ordered her day before I saw the rules, but you know the rules just made me happy when I spent my money. So.
Yeah. And then we've got Lady Inquisitor, Kyria Drexis. Kyria? Is that how you say
I
it?
have no idea how to pronounce it.
She's like an old lady. Like she's not an old lady. She's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Suspiciously elfy looking.
Yes, suspiciously elfin lady. She's just an inquisitor, so she moves 6. She's a 2-up weapon skill, which I think they usually have 3 actually. 3-up ballistic. She's strength 3. She's toughness 3. She has 5 wounds and 4 attacks and a 3-up save. She has a fancy shuriken pistol that does 2 damage.
Yep.
But that's not really what's cool about her. She has cool grenades.
Mm-hmm.
So at the start of the fight phase, when she charges, she just hucks a grenade, and basically she gets to fight first, right?
It's
They fight last.
They fight last, which is better than fight first.
Yeah.
Fight first is useless.
I mean, so she's not probably going to do a whole lot of that fighting.
No.
But she's going to be running in with someone else who's going to do a hell of a lot of damage.
The way I would use her is if I was running 2 melee squads. The first one charges in, the second one charges in with her, and then the one that I charged in fights first, and then that way I can't be interrupted when I fight with the other squad. That's how I would use her, and I think it's really good because I don't know what her points cost is, but I would like to include her in my army.
I feel like I can't imagine her being. Oh, maybe she'll be 100, but I'll be very surprised.
Points.
I think she'll be like 80, 90.
Yeah.
She also has a targetable smite.
Yes.
Which is
the creature flies in.
At least we can deny it.
Yeah. It's pretty good. So when she has a little flying thing, it's just anyone within 18 inches.
Yeah.
She just smites.
Yeah.
It's cool. There's also a couple of like new stratagems in the prior book.
Yeah.
For the Inquisition where they spend a CP and she gets an extra psychic power.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. Some of the Inquisition ones are pretty good.
Some of the Inquisition powers are really good. Don't see them very often though.
There's a real cool one where for 1 CP, you use it during deployment and you can select an infantry Inquisitor unit, up to 1 squad of acolytes and up to 1 squad of demon hosts and up to 1 squad of Jakura units, and put them all in deep strike so they all come down together as a little blob.
That's cool.
A little Inquisition blob.
This probably gonna get murdered.
Yeah. But I just think it's cool that they all show up at the same time all together as a little...
It is cool. Like, we're here, the A-team style.
I thought it was nice. And then we have rules for this boy.
Siraz.
I don't want to say his name. Zeraz. Illuminous Zeraz.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with that, Shiraz. He's 130 points. And he's power level 7, which we have to care about.
Less wounds than I thought he was going to be.
You thought he was going to be quite a lot.
Because from what it looks like, he looks like he's huge.
He looks about the size of that big new Necron Destroyer Lord thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's got 7 wounds.
So he's not targetable. Well, if you follow the character rules.
Yeah. He shoots pretty good. He combats pretty good. He has a cryptic keyword, so reanimation protocols +1 around him.
Yep.
He also has a cryptic keyword, which is important for something we're going to talk about in a minute. The new things with him, people peril on a doubles while they're within 9 inches of him, which is very close.
It is very close. At that point, you're probably in danger.
Yeah, he's probably getting smited if you're that close to him.
Yeah.
But he still does his thing. So at the end of his movement phase, he picks a unit that hasn't already had this ability on them, so you can't stack it. You roll a d3, and they either get +1 strength, +1 toughness, or +1 ballistic skill.
Yeah.
And they have to be an immortal squad or a warrior blob.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's very good. I mean,
they don't really care about the strength, but the ballistic skill and the toughness is good.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Is like there's one which is complete trash, which is the +1 strength, and there's the other 2 which you actually want.
Yeah.
Do you have to roll for it?
You have to roll for it.
It's a d3.
So this is what you'd be saving your CP for.
So yeah, what his new thing is, so he's like on his model, he's like sucking the soul out of some poor like mechanicum looking dude. God, it's rough.
Oh, that's Imperium dude. I think he's like a psyker, like a Wayrun psyker or something.
He might be. Basically, if he kills a unit in combat, not a model but a unit, he sucks their soul up.
He has to kill a whole unit.
Well,
it could be the last bullet.
It could be the last model or a vehicle or...
Yeah.
It just a unit just means, something's got this.
His gun does do d6 damage.
Yeah, 3 shots as well.
D3, yeah.
Assault, well, we probably should have talked about that actually. So when I said good shooting, it's 18-inch, assault D3, strength 8, -4, D6 damage.
That's a lot.
It's no joke. It's no joke. And he also has 4 attacks at strength 7, -3, 2 damage. So he can kill some shit.
He can.
And when he does, he sucks their soul up and then buffs another unit. So basically you can buff 2 units a turn.
If you kill something.
And it lasts the whole game.
Yeah.
But you can't buff a unit more than once.
Yeah.
So it's not Fabulous Bill where you can stack them up and stack them up.
What's Fabulous? I don't
No.
think you could stack Fabulous ones.
Yeah,
it's still just
one and done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Fabulous had abilities to make sure you got the ones that you wanted.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if you
that's
want
right, that's
toughness, you
I
get it
think-
every time. Like,
Yeah.
This is an interesting thing that they've added where characters buff units permanently on the board.
They both always had it though.
Have
Or at
they?
least for as long as 7th has been around, they've had it. Yeah. I think he had it in 6 as
I
well.
don't think we ever saw these on the table.
Very rarely.
So I never
He
knew
didn't
about
look
them.
as cool.
I
Now
haven't
he
seen the
looks
old
real
model,
cool.
but apparently he looked like trash.
Yeah, he was not a good looking dude.
Too embarrassing to bring him out.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he's a big 3-legged boy now, huh?
It's just a personal pet peeve. I don't like when there's opponent on the base.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Because if I'm facing an army that is, I don't know, something else, something that's not Imperial.
You don't want dead Chaos Marines on your base when you're fighting Necrons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always been a pet peeve of mine.
The thing that annoys me about him is because he's sucking the soul out of the dude, and they're both on the base, he's set like further back on the base,
Oh yeah.
and that drives my OCD fucking mental. He has to be perfectly center, and he's not, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Just put my hospitaller on the board and just, you start tilting.
I will lose that game every time. Yeah. I can't handle
Or
it.
just focus fire on her, she's gonna die.
So he has the cryptic keyword, which is important because we have new bodyguards for Necrons. The little jet engine, tin can man boys.
When you first look at them, it's like, I thought they were nothing special. I thought their rules were nothing special until I read through their rules a lot more carefully. And
They're
like,
quite good.
and then they started getting better and better.
So basically, the reason why it's important that he has the cryptic keyword is because if you... This is the Cryptothralls. I don't know, did we say their name? I think we did.
No, we didn't.
They have 2 power level, guys.
Yeah.
2 power level, 2 power level.
Yeah.
So they're only 1 CP to deep strike.
Yeah.
We have to remember it. They shoot out of their eye. It's a 2-shot, strength 5, -2, 1 damage gun.
Stare at you real hard.
It's fine. They have these limbs where they attack with, and they're -1 AP, 1 damage. So guardsmen chugging
Yeah,
through. Like,
kinda-
I mean, they're alright.
Kind of robotic tyrannids, really.
They have living metal, so they regain a wound every turn.
How many wounds do they have?
They have 2 wounds.
Okay, it's not bad.
So I mean, I guess
yeah.
they also have reanimation protocols, which might seem obvious, but it's actually quite interesting because they are a canoptic unit. So they're a construct. They're not like an actual Necron person. That's a bit. I'm sorry, guys. It's a bit harsh. But none of the constructs have reanimation protocols.
Oh, so
You have to
these are the
spend a
first ones.
CP to give it to them.
Yeah.
So that they have it is kind of an interesting thing. Maybe we'll see some more of that on those big, tall, spindly, 3-legged War of the Worlds looking things.
The rumors that reanimation is totally different from what we know it. So,
Well, yeah.
It has
That's
to
true.
be, doesn't it?
But they still say reanimate a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And if Zera still gives +1 to reanimation, so that you're rolling you're doing
He
a
does.
roll.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a roll happening. We just don't know what it's for or what it does.
I hope it's a feel no pain.
Yeah, it would speed things up a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be because I think there's a lot of feel no pains floating around, and I think they'll want it to feel special. They'll want it to feel different. I think.
But we can't speculate because we don't know.
Because we don't know. So if they're with a cryptic, they don't take up a 4-sorg slot, which is, I mean,
See,
it's not really a big issue. But
This was that specific thing where things don't take up part in your slot. Because when I first got the Sisters Codex and things didn't take up slots, I was pissing me off because I couldn't fill
Detachments. Yeah.
And then now it's like I couldn't understand. It's like, why are you doing this? Why are you punishing me? And then it made sense because the Codex was written for 9th.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, thank goodness it doesn't take a slot. Now I can fit more stuff in.
Yeah. So the cool thing about these dudes, so they have weapon skill 4 and ballistic skill 4.
Yeah.
So they're not that
Anything
good.
else? Yeah.
But when they're within 6 inches of a cryptic, they become very different. So they get +1 to hit across the board. So they're hitting on 3s now, which is pretty
I
good.
don't think it says they get +1 hit. It's basically says
Their weapon skill and ballistic skill characteristic to 3+.
Yeah.
So they become 3 up.
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah. And their attack characteristics also becomes 6.
Yep, so it's 12 attacks between these two dudes.
They just suddenly become machines.
Murder machines.
Yeah, they really like that cryptic.
Yep. They obey. This is...
Yeah, they also have a new kind of bodyguard rule that we haven't seen before. It makes me wonder about things like the Ultramarines.
And the Gemini.
Yeah, and the Gemini.
The Gemini needs to lose a character keyword and get this.
Yeah, because this is real good. So, enemy models cannot target a cryptic unit from your army while these guys were within 3 of it.
Yeah.
Just can't target it. Can't shoot it.
Yep.
I wonder if Sniper's going to have a rule where they ignore that.
Ooh, possibly
Because
not.
otherwise, what's the
Possibly
point of
not.
having snipers? They suck.
Possibly not.
At the moment, I don't know. I do not know.
It just says you can target characters even with a.
Yeah, so there's kind of some interaction there, eh?
Well, I think regardless of sniper role, you can't target the characters, but it's just two little dudes that aren't characters.
Aren't characters, so you will blow them away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just gotta target them.
Unless they're hiding behind a building.
Exactly.
5, 2.
They're not.
They're not too bad.
They got a 3-up save.
A
Mortars are
whirlwind
only
or
fives.
night spinner or anything that ignores thunderfire cannon should be able to take these out.
Should be, but you don't want to fucking. Is that what you? That's how you want to spend your Thunderfire cannon? Look,
you have a
you got more important things to worry about.
If you got a sniper with a mission to kill,
Yeah.
don't
Well, the
that
thing is,
cryptic.
yeah, cryptics suck because you need them for reanimation, and they also you use the 5-up pin fun, right?
Yeah,
But the first thing that everyone goes is just, well, I'll kill the cryptic,
yeah.
because then your army's falls to pieces. So this is good, and it's needed. But yeah, there are some weird little interactions.
There
that
are
I'm not
weird
sure about.
directions.
We
Like
don't
you
know.
can hide these
We
guys
just
outside,
don't know.
but
And then I call these the salty boys.
submarines.
Everyone hates eradicators.
Everyone's hating on. I think everyone hates on new marine stuff, regardless of what they are.
There is a pattern there, right?
There is, and don't get me wrong, I can see why in some degrees.
So they're 5 power level.
Which, if we go off Stern and whatchamacallit,
0.
the Zero,
Zeros.
that puts them at maybe about 100 points,
Somewhere between like a 90 and 110.
which is.
But those are characters, and characters don't pay for their war gear. So
Yeah.
points wise, these guys could be. The estimates that I've seen are like 125, 130.
Power level is assuming you already killing them out. That they're fully dead.
No.
No?
No, power level excludes war gear. So.
No,
Yeah.
power,
Like,
power
doesn't
level is
matter.
like regardless of what war gear they got.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we know that these are coming in a multi-part kit eventually,
Mm.
and they will have weapon options. Like I'm sure. I'm so sure.
But either way, I mean, the power level being that low makes them really cheap to outflank.
Yeah, that's true. And that's kind of what they want to do. So they have
Yeah.
24-inch assault melter.
Yeah.
24 inches.
Assault melter.
On a new smaller board.
Can we get
Which, keep
So
in
they're
mind,
pretty
that's the same range as a multi-melter, which is a heavy weapon.
Yeah. And they're assaults, so they can move and shoot them at a -1.
in advance?
They can move and shoot without a minus. They can.
No, they don't.
Yeah, because it's not heavy. It's
Because it's not heavy.
Yeah.
And they're so,
So
the
they
rules don't work the same way anymore.
They can
Oh,
advance.
yeah.
Well, we don't know, because usually if you advance with an assault, you take a penalty to hit.
Yeah.
So you can move, but if you advance,
Yeah, that's
you
what I
take
mean.
a penalty, right?
They can advance and shoot with a -1.
Yeah,
they
with
can
a
move and
-1.
shoot with no
Because
penalty.
unlike the other aggressors who
Yeah.
could advance and fire as normal,
Yeah.
these guys don't have that rule. So they will be hitting on a 4 if you want to move more than your 5 inches. But they are strength 4, they're toughness 5, they have 3 wounds, which is so good. They have 2 attacks, so that'll be 3 if they're charging into something and they want to put some fists in.
Do they actually have fists? Like.
Yeah,
or-
because their guns are just, they're just holding them. They're not like attached like the other aggressors are.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
normal
Like
fist,
power
not
fist or
power
something.
Oh, no, so they don't have power fists. They just have regular, they're rifle butt, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have pistols, which is kind of weird. But the thing is that everyone's hurting about is the total obliteration rule. So you can say, I'm only going to attack that target. All 3 of these guys are going to shoot that 1 tank, and they're shooting twice.
So
So you can't split fire, so it's not endless cacophony. It's kind of like discount endless cacophony.
discount is free.
Well, it's free.
Yeah.
But you're just- so the thing is, like, so this is good, and I'm not going to say it's not good.
Yeah.
Because it's great. It means that you can move with your negative to shot, and this, like, kind of mitigates that.
Mm-hmm.
And it means that you can shoot outside of melter range, and this helps kind of mitigate that.
Yeah.
But if you've got 3 melter guns shooting at the same target within melter range, like,
It's usually
they're
that.
probably going to kill it anyway.
But I mean, you got 6 shots.
It's definitely dead.
Especially,
there's a consistency with these guys that I really like.
If there's something with the vulnerable saves, the more shots you put in. I mean, even then, 6 shots against a min squad of 5 something, that's probably going to be gone.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could hoon these guys into some crisis suits. You could hoon these guys into some Terminators.
Magnus is scared.
Yeah, yeah.
And think about, we can't look at them in a vacuum. You gotta look at them like potentially what chapter they're gonna be. Salamanders. Plus one the wound, so they're gonna be wounding
And
strength 7.
And you're re-rolling whichever hit you fail.
Strength 7 things.
Slash whichever wound you fail.
wounds.
Because you're already re-rolling the hits because your captain's there.
Yeah, so strength 7 things, toughness 7 things are gonna be wounded on 2s. Guys.
Anton!
Hello!
How's your shot, buddy?
Yeah, they're real good.
They're really, really good. That's why everyone's salty about them.
Yeah.
And because they also sort of power level 5, which is...
it just depends on the points, you know. If,
It all depends on the
if
points.
they're 5 points, then sweet, everyone's going to take them. But you know,
Yeah.
if they're 300, then
But see, I don't think everyone will take them because we don't know what we're in a forced org chart that they're sitting.
yeah, true.
Yeah, so what are they competing against? And if they're, they've got to be heavy. Are they going to be elite? Because they're not heavy weapons, they might be elite.
Because they're assault weapons, they're not heavy weapons.
Yeah. But
they move too slow to. Terminator.
But they're obviously tank hunters. Like,
Yeah,
it's weird. It's a weird one, eh?
I imagine them going in the heavy slot, and then what? Then what does that mean? What are they?
I just love the fast attack. Like Imperium rules be damned.
Yeah.
What are they competing with if they go in the heavy slot? They're competing with their repulsor,
Repulsor, Devastators,
dreadnoughts,
Hellblasters. So how do we think these stack up against unit Hellblasters?
Hell
A lot cheaper.
I think Hellblasters are more versatile.
So do I. And especially when we come up against quantum shielding and stuff.
Yeah.
That 2 damage is real good.
Plasma's always been king of 8th, in my opinion. Plasma, it's like why if you had the option to take Plasma, you always took Plasma over Melter.
Melter's been trash.
Yeah. Melter's always been
Melter's
too
hard.
expensive.
Give me the
and
layers cannon.
not as
Melter,
good.
Yeah.
Whereas Plasma, you have rapid fire, so on average you're always doing more damage at a longer range, and it doesn't matter what you're shooting at, you're going to kill it, regardless if it's a tank or infantry squad.
Yeah. It depends on the points.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of hate on the LR page.
I have a feeling that there'll be about 120 points, and I feel like I will take 2 squads of them every time.
Yeah, because that's cheap.
I'm thinking 170.
Please, I'm hoping. Yeah.
But everything's going up as well. You got
Well, it said everything's going up in points, and this is what they consider going up in points.
This is their 19 points. This is what their points will be.
Well, we don't know what we're only speculating what the points. It seems ridiculously
Especially when
cheap.
everything else is going up, it seems cheap.
3 wounds, toughest 5.
They're hard to shift. It's good.
I mean, there's no way around it. I think they're really good, and with certain chapters, because Ultramarines and White Scars you invest in shoot, right? Invest in charge.
Bucks can.
Ultramarines you can count as staying still even if
you move, but you can't advance with that.
Okay, you can't advance with that. I think Salamander is definitely the winner.
Yeah,
because they had the perfect trait for them by far.
Well, they love the Melter, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That's us.
There's us.
That's all the stuff. How are you feeling about your sisters now?
I'm loving it. I'm loving them.
A lot of people are saying the sisters might be King of the Hill.
I don't know if they're going to be King of the Hill. I think they still have a lot of holes in the codex. I think mainly mortal wound output is one of the hardest things to do with them. Maybe not so much anymore with some of these extra characters. I did have a game on the smaller board size.
Scary.
It was scary to start when I first looked at the board. Like, this is tiny, especially because I was going against an assault heavy army, and I was like, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to hide.
Yeah.
But it actually turned out to be a lot of fun, and I think I actually preferred it.
Well, you got a lot of 24-inch guns, right?
Yeah, I got most of my weapons are short range, up to 24 inches. So for me, it was perfect. And I think the biggest thing I felt about the new board size, and with my sisters, was that even though I didn't have anything particularly fast, mainly I was on foot for most of it, nothing felt out of reach. None of the objectives.
Yeah, I think the movement's going to be really good, hey?
Yeah. But and I was playing a list that just like spat out miracle dice. It was disgusting.
Fucking miracle dice, man.
I still have no idea what sisters do away. Like if I came up against you at a tournament, I'd be like,
What is it?
Can I just kill stuff?
How does it do?
I'll be falling for your trap card every time.
Yeah.
Like,
Trap cards.
What about you? How you feeling about T-Suns in 9th?
and what I see with 9th is it's addressing all the issues that we had in 8th, like troop spam, being too overpowered, tagging things. They've addressed all of that. Blasts have given you a bit of counterplay. I'm excited, you know.
I've always been excited for new rule changes, shaking up the meta so I don't feel stuck.
Yeah.
Well, it encourages people to actually think rather than just netlist, you know.
Yeah. And I think they're doing a real. I feel like in 8th they really were kind of rewriting the whole thing. But I feel like with 9th they're kind of cherry picking bits from old editions that worked and putting them into the new rule set, which is a real smart way. I mean they've got what 9 editions of rules to pick from. So
I think one of the biggest things I've felt with the more leaks that we've been getting is I don't feel like this is 8.5. I feel like this is 9th.
So we were joking about it in the beginning, being like, 8.5.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. But this is
making us pay for a slightly different thing. Like, no, this is completely different.
Yeah, it really is a new world, eh?
I mean,
you said though, my armies that I take at the moment are still going to do quite well, but they have a lot more counterplay to them.
Yeah.
So like, I don't just ruffle stomp somebody. You know, like I played one tournament where I just blanketed board, tagged all his army, and then it was pretty much game over as I smoked him to death.
Me?
Yeah.
Before, that was a practice. It was very good.
Now it's like, you can't do that. Or if you do, you risk, unit coherency, you risk blast weapons, Like,
Exactly, and the vehicles can shoot you in close combat now.
Yeah.
Because I did that in the tournament as well, where I can't remember who I was against, but it was against just a guard tank list with no infantry. And I was Eldar, and I just wrapped everything. Killed the other things and wrapped everything else, and then he just shook hands, and that was it.
Job done.
Job done. But now I was like, nope, that tank is still just going to turn its turn and blow my fragile Eldar away.
Yeah.
Depending on the tone, it might not be able to shoot, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Stuff.
But I mean, the whole sponsors should still be able to shoot, at least most of them.
I'm real worried about. I keep talking about Punisher Lehman Russ.
Oh.
Because they're going to be so nasty.
Just got to shoot it to death.
You can fire it twice as well, can't you?
Yeah.
I think we didn't really talk about it, but with the change in morale...
No penalty.
With the change in morale, it's definitely you have to kill things. It's not... You can't rely on things to run away anymore.
I feel like I never really did, though. Unless, like some units I would, but they were pretty few and far between.
Yeah, they were pretty gone anyway.
Like if it was like some witches or some Kabbalites or whatever, or maybe some guardsmen, you just kind of like over there.
I think if we go face guard, you're gonna have a lot of these like squads reduced to just single dudes just running
It's
around.
like 2 or 3 little guys just hanging out together, little buds running around.
Yeah, it's like, how many units have you got? I still got all my units. They're just down there.
Yeah, then we'll just got a couple of boys left. Yeah, that's gonna be so annoying. Yeah, guard infantry is gonna have a lot of sticking around power actually. Yeah.
Even just one guy on an objective is going to be annoying.
Yeah.
Having to actually shoot it.
And it's just even with the previews and stuff, it's been making me rethink my list, because immolators have not been in my list because I couldn't justify the cost of them. They get tagged. They're useless now. The transport size was enough to move what I wanted, but now with things like shifting back to more min square sized units, and now charge my flame tank. It's going to hit you on the way in, and it's going to burn you while you sit in combat with it.
It's
Now,
they're cheap too, eh? They're pretty good.
I think they're 120 points.
Like a Razorback.
No, I think they're more than that, but they're quite spency for what they were now. But I can definitely see them in 9th being something good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, they'll get more expensive than what they are.
Any hopes and dreams for Chaos?
Honestly, just the demon engines being able to move and shoot normally. Oh, thank God. Like defilers, you would just... I would always be caught in the thing, do I move, do I not, do I move, do I not? Because like, they want to be in their combat as well as shooting, but the minute you move, you -1, and then Eldar... I had one game where I just couldn't hit Eldar all game. It was like,
Yeah, I'm glad that's good.
Yeah, that Nig 1 is... I mean, Nig 1's still real good.
Yeah.
Like, it's still pretty frustrating, but...
Yeah. But it's not, ruining your time.
Yeah, it's. I think it's going to be pretty cool.
I mean, that was never a good tactic. It was never a good thing to be able to stack -3 modifiers to a point where you couldn't hit something anymore. I never played that style list. I did it for one tournament and I felt shit the whole time I was doing it. I'm like, I'm sorry, you can't hit me.
There was a custom rule as well, wasn't it? Another -1.
Yes, so on some boards I was able to get to a -4 and Marines couldn't shoot me. It was
good times.
And I broke the tournament. It was my bad.
All right. Well, I think we're good. I think we might end it.
I think we're good. I'm excited to see what's coming up.
I want to know what this big rule is that everyone's. Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. All right, guys. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming. See you all next week.
See you guys. See you.
Bye-bye.
Do you think after it might be that things are